Good Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Market situation update. We are back for the last day on our calendar week. We want to talk about the dollar Canadian on this video and then go to the cryptocurrency market on the next video and talk about the Monero, which is an existing position. Actually, it's existing position on both dollar Canadian and the Monero. That's what we have on the menu. Following up on those open positions that we have, let's take a look at the dollar Canadian right now as it's approaching an obstacle. 27.59 was expected to push against price action, and it did. Having said that, we already took some profit off the table. When we got in pretty early on when price action was just turning around. We fired up the first time, then we fired up the second time. As price action faced that adversity coming from 27.59, that's where we started to take some profit off the table. Started with pulling out the first trade. As price action today was starting to push forward a little bit, we decided to take out the second trade. So right now we have $15,000 position in place. All right, we're definitely not interested in terminating the whole position unless, of course, price action will start to cross over 27.93. That's gonna that will change things a little bit. I don't expect that to happen. So yeah, price action is pushing forward a little bit, but that should not hold for too long, and it should be coming back down again and starting to drill through that 27.59. Once it does that, we'll be happily resorting back to increasing the position size all the way to the target. 26.74 is our final destination on this particular bearish campaign. We also changed, modified our stop loss level. Right now sits comfortably at 129. Once price action begins to drill through 27.59, we'll also adjust the stop loss level accordingly. One last thing before we go. We were mostly looking at the very local system coming from the daily chart, the blue one. But there is a bigger one that engulfs that local one. This is the one that's coming from the weekly chart, the black system here. As you can see, the failure on the 27.93 on the weekly scale is a big deal. We believe this suggests that price action is just finishing up a technical correction that lasted for 2-3 months, right? Probably 6 to 8 weeks here, I believe we have, and it should resume the original downside trend, the trend that actually started back in late December. Price action came off 130. So we've had a first downside segment followed up by an upside technical correction. That seems to be over, and price action is now might be at that very tipping point where it's going to be it's going to start building up that downside trend. That last third downside segment should finish up the job, hitting 24.44 and possibly go beyond. It could easily chase the previous low around 123. So that's pretty much what we expect coming in from the dollar Canadian right now. Like I said, $15,000 position, taking some profit already, but getting prepared to rebuild this position all over again according to the behavior we're going to see here in the next day or two. Alright guys, that's about that dollar Canadian. Interesting story, no doubt. Moving on to the next video where we're going to be checking out on the Monero. Very interesting situation over there, very technical. Let's go right ahead and check it out. See you in the next video. Cheers.